And I just want to try to make sure we set the record straight in terms of where the Black nation stands on important issues that relate to our past, our present, and our future. Remember, Black history isn't just something you study. Black history is something that's being made every day. We are a part of Black history. This is Black History Month, but actually, I vote. In fact, right now, I vote a resolution just so we can be 100% clear. I'd like to give me a yes or no if you approve. I propose that we get rid of those, that we learn about Marcus Garvey and the great Black men and women of the past before we learn about the slave masters and all the white folks who did things for white people. I propose that we just make this Black History Year, that we just own every single part of the year, that we own every single part of the conversation as it pertains to history. Give me a yes or no if you agree, or put an I in the chat if you agree. Mississippi Magnolia, Impal 80, thank you. Bookman, Sinclair, what's going on, Sinclair? How are you? Good to see you. Tim Allen's from Atlanta. Good to see you. I concur. Says straight paper. All right. Aaron Lyons. Okay. All right. So it looks like we're getting a pretty unanimous vote. So the Council of Intelligent Black People has spoken, and I have spoken, and so the Honorable Dr. Boyce Watkins is going to issue my verdict now. So the verdict is that we will now make Black history the history. That will be the first history, and so you can learn about European history after you learn about African history. You can learn about white history after you learn about all the great Black people that your children need to know about. You can learn about white folks after you learn about your own. Black people first. B1, type B1 in the chat also if you agree. So I've issued my order, and the Council of Intelligent Black People have spoken. So by the power invested in me by Intelligent Black, you're not just going to see me talk about it, you're going to see me be about it. We actually have a crew out in Hollywood. We have a production team in Hollywood right now that is making content and films and things like that related to Black history. Some of you have seen it on my channel. I'm Black History 2. That's what it's been called. And we actually have some nice vignettes. So if you go to drboycetv.com, and you go through the videos, you type and search for Black history, you'll find some of these little videos we've done. They've been very, very good. And these are the things you want your children to see. We're going to keep doing this. We're not going to stop. Boyce Watkins Films is part of the takeover. We are in the middle of a takeover. Remember Jay-Z did the Hova? Well, we got our own Hova. Well, we taking over media. We're taking over everything that relates to our people. We're taking over education. Our Black core of 3 is that we believe Black people should educate our own children, create our own jobs, and support Black business. That's what we believe. Educate our own children so that your kids don't get brainwashed into white supremacy. Create our own jobs so you ain't out begging for jobs, and support our own businesses so that 1.3 trillion in Black economic power doesn't just go into the hands of the people who hate you the most. No community can prosper when you are giving all of your economic fuel and power to the people who hate you. No community can prosper if you're giving your best to the people who are giving you their worst. No community can prosper if you take all the power that you have and you say, here, massa, here, oppressor, here, KKK, here, white supremacist. I'm handing you everything. I'm giving you everything I've got. So just be smart. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. And some of you see this on my shirt. This says Blag Enough, a platform built for us by us. So feel free to join Blag Enough, and I put it on my shirt so you can spell it right. Okay, so let me throw out a couple of quick thoughts for you guys today. Before I go out here, I got to go shovel a bunch of snow, and then I also got to go to Chicago a little bit later because I'm doing a panel in the morning at Collins High School with Eton Thomas and some former NBA players, where we're going to debate a lot of these current events, these current issues that are happening in the Black community. We're going to have an open debate about this. I think the public is invited. If you want the address, go to my Instagram. My Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. Or if you just want to follow me on Instagram, it's The Real Boyce Watkins. So anyway, 3 things I want you to really kind of think about a little bit in terms of things that keep Black people enslaved and things we just got to stop doing right now. 3 things Black people need to stop doing. First thing you got to stop doing, man, is you got to stop forgiving people, man. You got to just stop being so quick to forgive. I remember, does anybody remember, give me a yes or no if you saw this, if you were as disgusted as I was, when Dylan Roof, little funky, nerdy, sick little kid, decided to run up in a Black church with a gun and start just firing on everybody. He was shooting down grandmas and Uncle Joe and little children. You remember the first thing those folks were doing. I'm not going to make fun of them because it's a mental illness. It really is a mental illness. White supremacy is a mental illness, and many of y'all are white supremacists. Many black people are white supremacists. We put white people first ahead of everybody. That's why I tell you guys to type B1 in the chat to start training your brain to accept the idea that black people should come first. So Dylan Roof goes up in a black church, fires on everybody, and first thing they're trying to do is forgive him. They're running out into the courtroom, and they're screaming, "We forgive you! We forgive you!" Breaking in, I mean, really like stretching, like really like took off work that motherfucking day so they could go and forgive the man who shot up their cousin. Or, you know, you shot my mama yesterday. I ain't forgiving you for shit. I'm gonna forgive you post-mortem. How about that? I'm not gonna forgive you when the trial ain't even started yet. Fuck you. That forgiveness, unconditional forgiveness, get you into heaven and get you, your butter biscuits a little bit faster when you get there. But y'all got to let that go, man. It doesn't mean you can't forgive. Forgiveness is a very powerful emotion if used in the right context. I give in silence all the time. A lot of y'all anybody else got trifling relatives, just trifling ass relatives who did you dirty? When you loaned them some money, they never paid you back. Or they because they were jealous of you, they sabotage your business, or you depended on them for something and they didn't show up and you had to forgive just to keep your own damn sanity. Anybody else got trifling relatives like I do? Give me a yes or no if you've gone through this, so you wouldn't be bitter your whole damn life. Forgiveness can be a very powerful thing as long as you remember one important condition. Forgiveness must begin as an act of self-preservation or even selfishness, if that's the way you want to look at it. Self-preservation means I didn't forgive you because I'm letting you off the hook for your bullshit. In fact, you won't even know. 90% of the time when I forgive people, they don't even know I forgave them. They don't even know. They just know that I issued that forgiveness doctrine to you because I don't want you thinking that it's okay for you to come over here and screw me and then walk away like everything's all right. No. But I'm not going to forgive you with my mouth. It's not going to happen out loud. So anyway, that's the first thing. Black folks, stop forgiving. Let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. Give me a yes or no if you can see me and hear me okay. Shell C says there's some buffering. Kate says buffering. Let me know if you can see me and hear me enough. I know there might be a little bit of buffering, but give me a yes or no if you're able to see me and hear me at least well enough to kind of know what I'm saying here. Give me a yes or no. Yes or no. Can you see me and hear me okay? Let me see here. Okay, so I see Elsa says yes. Kate says buffering. Okay, Reggie says yes. Darlene says yes. Mary Johnson, yes. Okay, her says buffering. So it looks like some of you are buffering. Some of you are coming through clearly. I'm just going to do my best, and I'm hoping white Jesus, black Jesus, and baby Jesus will get us through this podcast without any issues. Please hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Also, as a reminder, if you want to support the growth of intelligent black media, this is not a donation. It is an investment. So in exchange for you supporting us, I will have Q&A sessions where I will have a private discussion about any topic you want to talk about, and every question will be answered because the group will be small. I can answer every question. In a live stream, I can't answer a lot of the questions. I can only answer maybe 5%. IntelligentBlackPeople.com. We need your help to grow our media. We are competing with the CBSs. We need your help. We're competing with the CNNs. We need your help. We're competing with Viacom. We need your help. Viacom is the company that owns both Snoop Dogg and they own Gayle King. And so because they just buying Negroes everywhere. They also own BET. So Viacom, if you want to know why Viacom was mentioned, it's without Gayle King having to apologize for anything. Gayle King didn't apologize for nothing. Gayle King she is a bad person for apologizing, but it does mean that some would argue that it made the community look very, very weak, because when somebody makes you apologize and they don't apologize for anything, that's not a win for you. When you're in a fight or argument with your partner, if every time something goes wrong, every time they abuse you, every time they call you out of your name, every time he punches you in the face, he got you in there apologizing and he don't apologize for nothing, that's not a win for you. Every time she cusses you out and goes in on you and calls your mama a dirty dog and just does some ridiculous stuff, and you apologize because you're seeking to regain good favor with her and she doesn't apologize at all, that's not a win for you. That's how I knew I was in an abusive relationship once, because in case you didn't know, men sometimes are abused as well emotionally. We tend to get abused emotionally. It starts with our mothers. When many of us grow up with mama, just kind of took it because he was trying to keep the peace. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but I actually had that issue as well, where I had a relationship with a woman where she was just really being mean to me, really, really disrespectful, just whatever. And the way I realized that I was in an abusive relationship was I said to her, I said, do you 22 years old? And I was 22 years old in 1 month, right? Like my 22nd birthday had happened a month and a half earlier. And so I remember I said to her, I said, I noticed that every time we get into a fight, I've apologized to you about 15 times, but you've never apologized to me once. And that's when I realized, I said, man, she's got me looking weak up in here. I'm looking weak trying to maintain this relationship. I said, so basically I just said, fuck you. Like, I'm out. I'm gone. Like, I'm not participating in this. I love myself too much. So that's the second thing Black people got to stop doing. Black people got to stop doing. Black people have to stop apologizing all the time. Stop apologizing. Stop being so quick to apologize to people who should be apologizing to you. Stop apologizing to people who should be apologizing to you. I know you want to get back in their good favor, but you don't owe them anything. I know you trying to go get that white money. I know that white money's good. I know that the butter biscuits taste delicious and warm and moist in your mouth, but you got to stop apologizing, man. Seriously. You're so quick to apologize for everything, and that's why they don't want to give you reparations, because you apologize. They're like, no, you need to. They're like, Negro, you need to apologize for existing. You need to apologize. We mad at you for even being born. We mad at you because your mama didn't abort you before you came. Lincoln fired the slaves. He didn't really set them free. He fired them from their job. The big question was, what are we going to do with all these damn Black people? What are we going to do with them? They're a nuisance. They're a menace. They're getting in the way. They're going to take jobs. They're going to take resources. What are we going to do with all these Black people? And so at the end of the day, they've been having you apologizing since I don't know when. And so I'm going to show you some pictures that I showed last night when I had my homeboy Willie D on here. Willie D is a good guy. He has a great platform. And Willie D is going to be part of my wedding July 11th, which is in the south side of Chicago. All of you are invited. I'm going to put an Eventbrite up so you can come out. I'm also trying to live stream it. I've talked to the videographers about it. I think we could pull it off. Look at this. Here's Tiger Woods apologizing. Now, what is he apologizing for? He's apologizing because his wife, his Becky wife, decided to take a golf club upside his face and claim the victim status. That's how they attack you. They claim the victim status so they can throw rocks without you throwing any rocks back. And so she claimed the victim status because I guess Tiger had cheated on her. So she used his cheating as an excuse to take a golf club upside his head. Last time I checked, attempted murder is not something that where you get are able to get the victim to apologize to you for. Attempted murder, last time I checked, is something that gets you sent to prison for life. If Tiger Woods, imagine this. Give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no. What if she had cheated on him? What if she had gone out and slept with 14 men without Tiger knowing? And let's say Tiger came home and said, "Bitch, you did what? You did what on me?" And went in the back room and got a golf club and put this golf club upside her head. What do you think? What do you think would happen? Yes or no? You think they would forgive him, or do you think that they would send his ass up the river forever? Would they, would she be apologizing? Would she be on TV saying, I got beat in the head with the golf club because what I did was wrong. I disappointed my family. I disappointed my husband. Would that happen? No. You see, what you got to understand is in America, this is the game. I'm giving you the game on how America works, how white supremacy works, how they got inside your head. They got you playing what I call Negro games. Negro games are special rules that are set up for Black people, for the Black man and woman, that are not set up for anybody else. Here's another picture. This is Terrell Owens, again, apologizing. Like a little boy, they broke him down. Terrell Owens did nothing wrong. I remember this. I remember watching him apologize. I said, why is he apologizing? He came on this platform. His documentary is called Uppity. Historically, there's been a doctrine in terms of how you deal with Negroes who don't know their place. So Terrell Owens was being uppity. They made him apologize, and like a sad little boy. Michael Vick, after the dog fighting thing, They wanted him to apologize. They treated him like he was a murderer. What he did was wrong. It ain't right to dogfight, but he wasn't no murderer. These were dogs. These were dogs. Michael Vick, they were talking about giving him the death penalty for what he did for fighting dogs. But a cop can kill a black man and they'll give him 2 weeks of paid leave. Kobe Bryant, when that nasty thought, that mentally ill woman who admitted to lying. I don't know if I mentioned this. I mention this every time I get, so you can go mention it. I need you to go mention this. Please retweet this. Please share this. Please push this video. Please hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe, all that. Share it with other people so they can know the truth, because they're not going to get this from mainstream media. They're not going to get this from CBS. Gayle King will never tell them this. Gayle King will never tell you that that woman was on psychiatric medication. Gayle King will never tell you that that woman had schizophrenia, which is a detachment from reality. Gayle King will never tell you that that woman admitted to lying to the police on 2 or 3 occasions. She wrote it down. It's documented. Gayle King would never tell you that this lady had so much semen and pubic hair in her panties that her vagina looked like Grand Central, because she got her money after he wrote the letter. She got her $2.5 million approximately, according to reports. Gayle King will never tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that. People who care about, look at how defeated they look. Look at how emasculated they look. They look like little boys who got caught stealing in the cookie jar. These are not real apologies. These are coerced apologies. Now, why did I bring up apologizing? Why did I say that we need to stop apologizing so much? The reason that I say that we need to stop apologizing is because when I saw Snoop Dogg apologizing to Gayle King, I saw a forced apology. I saw a situation where a king was reduced to a child. I saw a guy who goes on video and says, "Hey, y'all, this is Big Snoop Dogg." He didn't look like Big Snoop Dogg in that video. No disrespect. He looked like a little puppy. He didn't look like a dog. He looked like a puppy. And I don't like seeing that. I don't know about you, but I don't like seeing our strongest men get broken down into something that they're not. I believe that apology was coerced. So the rule number 2, one is stop forgiving people so quickly. And number 2, stop apologizing so fast. You don't apologize to people who harmed you. That's a violation of the principles of Black freedom. There are principles. There's rules to this shit. There's rules to being about that life of freedom. There's rules to being about that life of strength. There's rules to warfare. And the rules of warfare is stop forgiving your enemy so quickly when they come kill you, and stop apologizing to people who should be apologizing to you. The last rule that I believe Black people need to understand, we need to follow, is stop begging. Stop begging to be put into the white man's circle. Stop begging white folks to take care of you. Stop begging them to include you in what they got going on. Stop begging them to give you opportunities when you can create your own. Stop begging them to let you come and eat at their lunch counter when you got Black businesses you can support. Stop begging. I know you can't help it. I know that they told you that begging was okay, that begging was the way to be successful, but we know that did not work. In the civil rights movement, you had Black folks their money. Seriously. Like, I'm serious. I mean, think about this. I mean, would you, if there's some girl, fellas, if you had a woman and then she said, I need you to come over here and beg me to take your money, would you be over her house begging her to take money out of your bank account? Would you be trying to go empty your bank account so you could just get in the good graces of a woman who don't like you, don't respect you, don't care nothing about you, disrespects you, spit on your mama? Would you be begging that woman to give you a chance? Are you that much of a sucker that you would do something like that? Seriously, like, ladies, would you be begging a man to come back into your life if that man wasn't treating you right? Some of us have done that. Some of us have fooled ourselves. Some of us have suffered from low self-esteem. Some of us, and I put myself out there, who treat us the worst, we put them at the top. I don't know why we do that. A lot of us do that in relationships where you ever see that where somebody will have, a guy will have a girl that loves him to death and really wants to be there for him, who's nice and sweet and pretty and great. And then he'll ignore her and blow her off. And then there'll be some other lady who's acting like, wait a minute, no. I'm not going to give you the best that I got if you're not giving me the best that you got. So for Black folks, this begging is not a good look for you ever. It's not good for your dignity. It's not good for your pride. It's not good for your self-esteem. You got Black people in Hollywood that have no power because they're begging the academy, the racist academy, to give them an Oscar. Why would you be begging for you? Why are you begging for people who have told you 50,000 times, get the hell out of here, you raggedy Negro. We don't want you in this place. This ain't for a bad relationship from somebody who's mentally ill, codependent, right? Where you begging and you just begging that person to come and spend time with you, and they're doing everything in their power to let you know in no uncertain terms that they do not like you. That's what they do. That I use Hollywood as a great example. They have said it in 80 languages that they have no respect for black people. Like, we don't even want you here. We don't like you. And we'll be like, we're going to march and rally. This ain't right. Oscars is so white. Y'all so racist. Y'all won't let us in. We just want to be a part of what you get. We need you to acknowledge us. That's training from slavery. That's white supremacy 101. White supremacy, as Willie D and I were talking about last night. I said, Willie, brother, we think all white supremacists are white. I said, that's not true. The majority of white supremacists in many cases are black. A large percentage believe his businesses are better. So we give our 1.3 trillion to him instead of giving it back to us. We believe that his media is better. That's why we support white-owned media before we support black-owned media. I got to beg Negroes to support the black media that we got out here that's doing a damn good job. But because Negroes want to run to MSNBC, CNN, they want to run to Hollywood, they want to run to the Black Panther movie and give $1 billion for the next Black Panther movie when you got black filmmakers who are making extraordinary films. They're doing extraordinary work. And you ain't got 10 cents for that, but you got $100 for the white man. You put 100 on white folks for every dollar that you put on black folks. That's white supremacy. That's white supremacy. So at the end of the day, when you're looking for love in all the wrong places and you're seeking validation from people who hate you, it comes from the fact that you were never validated yourself, which connects back to how you were educated as children. You were educated to believe that every great thing ever done in history was done by a white man. Your progress in the black community by how close we've gotten to white people, how many white people acknowledge us with awards, whether it's an Oscar or some bullshit like a Pulitzer or some sort of a media coverage like, oh, I was in the New York Times. Well, 50,000 black media outlets covered you. The Final Call covered you. You had Rolling Out cover you. You had Atlanta Black Star cover you, but you didn't feel like you made it until you were in the motherfucking New York Times. Fuck the New York Times. That's a racist organization. Right? Seriously, like, why are you excited because you finally got acknowledged by people who don't acknowledge you, who don't respect you? Seriously, like, I'll hear people say, well, so-and-so made black history because they were the first black man to get into Harvard. And I'm like, do white people sit around and say, well, one of the greatest moments in white history was when we got a white guy into an HBCU. We got a white guy into a black neighborhood. That was progress. That we studied that in school because that was one of the greatest revolutions in white history, was to get black people to let us come live in their neighborhoods. Seriously, they don't, and you accept that. You accept that reality too. So stop all that begging. Seriously, you can't. A beggar can never have power. That's why they say beggars can't be choosers, because choosers have power. Boss, that's what it means to be a boss. That's what it means to have freedom. Freedom means the right to choose. And when they say beggars can't be choosy, what they mean is that beggars have no power. That means beggars are not free. That means beggars have no strength. And many of y'all out here begging every damn day. We begging for jobs. We begging for validation. We begging for acknowledgement. We begging. And I'm not going to make fun of you if you do this. I mean, it's okay. It's part of your mental illness. I'm just here to give you the medicine that may taste a little bit bitter going down, but it's going to make you feel better if you find a rigged game. When you keep playing a rigged game, you're going to keep on losing. When you go into a casino and you keep rolling the dice and it keeps coming up on you keep crapping out, eventually you realize, wait a minute, this casino's rigged. I'm not going to keep coming back to this casino no more. I'm not going to play this game with you no more. So stop all that damn begging. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the share button. Please hit the subscribe button. I hope you guys will join our social media platform, Black Enough. This is where this is like a Facebook for black people. So feel free. Here's how you spell it. It's on my shirt. Also, if you want a free e-copy of my book, It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar, you can go to drboycewatkins.net. That's drboycewatkins.net. I encourage you to have your whole family read it. It's, again, you guys know I'm a different sort of black person. I don't say the same things that you hear a lot of folks say. And so my perspective, I think, can be beneficial to you because I spent 25 years developing an ideology that I think can benefit our community tremendously. And so also, I'm going to be speaking in Maryland in March at a wealth event all day long. Their URL is springintowealth.com. It's Hanover, Maryland. I think it's a casino out there they got me coming to. So you can go to springintowealth.com. I have some other events coming up. If you want to know about other events, you can go to drboyceseminars.com. That's drboyceseminars.com. So, so FAB. So I want Black people to remember that acronym, FAB. Stop forgiving, stop apologizing, stop begging. So stop being so fabulous. Stop being so, we're so fabulous, right? Stop being fab. FAB, stop forgiving so fast. People who hate you, you go build your own shit and then let them beg to come in, right? I don't want to be included in what you have built. I want to go build something and them want to come and be a part of you. You got the golden goose. You are the original man and woman. You have all the creativity. You have all the talent. You have all the athleticism. You have all the greatness. You have all the things that people will come and try to extract, just like they extract oil in Africa. They extract your greatness out of you and then they go sell it to the world. So given that you are sitting in the driver's seat and you're controlling access to some of the most valuable resources on the planet, make them beg you. Make them come apologize to you before you let them in the door. Like, no, I'm not apologizing for nothing. Like, seriously, I would tell Gayle King, like, no, I'm not apologizing. What is there to apologize? I'm not dissing Snoop for apologizing, but I felt like that was a coerced apology. I believe that the reason Snoop apologized is because they had him hemmed up. And that's why I said from the jump that he shouldn't have made that statement the way he did the first time. Again, if you can't stand by your words, then the words should not come out of your mouth. I said it at the time, and I had people giving me the side eye and saying, "Oh, boys, you being weak," because a lot of weak motherfuckers don't understand that there's a difference between talking and doing. That when your mouth writes a check, your ass has to cash that check. And so I was like, "Ooh, that's going to be a big check for him to cash." But I'm glad I mean, if he means it, I'm glad he said it. Ooh, I'm not sure if that's going to work out for him because remember, you're navigating into white spaces, and when you're in white spaces, then you got people in high places that are going to hijack you and jack you up over that money. And remember, Viacom owns the rights to that show that Snoop is on with Martha Stewart. With Susan Rice, who is deep state. Obama's national security advisor threatened you with an army. That means she's saying to Snoop, she's saying to 50 Cent, she's saying to all the brothers out there, oh, you're a black man. I can get you locked up like that. I got FBI, CIA, Secret Service, NSA, COINTELPRO. Oh, I got resources up in this mug because you notice the Obamas didn't say nothing when all this went down. The black community, biggest topic in the whole black community, in the whole world for black people. Obamas didn't say nothing. They didn't even touch the topic. But best believe that in the back room, they were having conversations about how they were going to get this under control because they don't like seeing black people actually rising up and being intelligent and standing up for themselves. So at the end of the day, man, you know, if you're going to say something like this, you got to be ready to stand by it, you know, but and really, I don't think it was necessary to call her out of her name. It wasn't necessary to talk about, we're going to come get you. Like, what is all this? Like, what is all this gang? What is all this like street talk, man? Like, you're corporate, dude. Like, you're out here making $50 million a year with corporate endorsements, you know, in the cannabis industry and everything else. I didn't understand how that was going to work. I really don't understand how you can go get all that money from white folks and talk that much shit to white people at the same time. I was like, this is a magic trick I've never seen before. Fuck, this is going to be amazing to watch. I can talk because I'm not getting 40 million a year from white people, right? White people, they see me coming, they run the other direction. Seriously, I go give a speech. I gave a speech. Now pay attention now. I have a PhD in finance. I know more about finance than 99% of the people that I meet, even in the banking industry. And so I gave a speech to a bunch of bankers. I swear to God. And I was like, are you sure? Are you really sure that you're ready for this? Because I don't want to get you fired. You too dependent on these white folks. I do not want to get you fired. So are you sure you want to do this? It's okay. Like, we can be friends in secret. You know, you don't have to tell everybody you're my friend because that's going to get you in trouble. White folks don't like black people who tell them the truth about themselves. And they said, no, Doc, we want you here. We believe it. I said, okay. So I gave a very polite, the most polite speech. There were 15 white bankers in the room. 10 of those dudes got up and walked out in the first 10 minutes. 10 of them, because they are so used to you being weak that they're accustomed to you telling them what they want to hear. They're accustomed to you forgiving for nothing, apologizing. Heard a black man speak unapologetically. Like I wasn't being mean. I was being extremely polite. I was like, look, I don't hate you. I'm not mad at anybody because anger doesn't help. Every time he punches you in the face, you forgive him the next day because you don't want him to punch you in the face again. And you know, every time he was standing in your way when you hit me in my head, he got got you out here begging, looking stupid. Like seriously, like so, because you're trying to be part of the cool kids group. You have good coffee and I just want you, just let me sit back here. I don't really want nothing. I think, it's not. I'm not a fan of all of that. I'm not a fan of any of that. Now, some people are saying that there's technical difficulties. Jill says too much technical difficulties. I'm sorry, Jill. You can go to drboycetv.com if you want to switch over. I'm on a few different platforms. I'm increasing my Wi-Fi, so maybe that'll help. Give me a yes or no if you were able to hear me. Yes or no if you were able to hear me. I assume most of you can. I saw a lot of yeses. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut it down. Do me a favor. Please hit the thumbs up button before you go. Hit the share button. Hit the subscribe button. Also, if you want to check out our financial workbooks for children, please go to financialworkbooks.com. That's financialworkbooks.com or tomorrow.com. That's our digital program for children. It has self-study exams. Your child will have a financial literacy level that exceeds the average college-educated adult. So you can go to blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. That's blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. Feel free to go check that out. And I'm sorry about if you guys had any buffering. Some people see buffering. Some people were able to hear me. So I'm going to go on and bounce up out of here, and I'll try to load a recording. So have a good day, everybody. I love you, and thank you for listening. And no disrespect to anybody who disagrees. I just have to make sure I make it plain in terms of giving you my version of the truth. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Talk to you soon. Peace.